Today I'm going to show you all of the tools that I use to complete a paint correction or a polishing job on a vehicle. Previously we washed a Porsche Taycan and I showed you all the tools that I use to complete a fairly regular maintenance detail on a car that's been previously protected with a wax, sealant, or ceramic coating. The major emphasis of this little mini-series is that we are focusing on the tools, not the actual detailing chemicals being used. In my opinion, my ethos of detailing, the chemicals used can be switched out person to person. There's so many readily available now, and a lot of them come from the exact same factory, so the differences are so minuscule that you really are able to grab what you like based on brand, bottle, scent, the little tiny details, whatever it may be. You can use what you like, but as long as the tools are right, the tools are in check, you can finish these jobs in a way that I think gives you really phenomenal results. I really do think that most of YouTube detailing is out there to just simply overcomplicate things. There are so many people releasing their own products now, coming out with new stuff weekly, that as a consumer, I can't imagine trying to keep up with what is coming out and figure out what is the best. So in order to kind of eliminate that whole thought process, I'm focusing on the tools here, and these are tools I've been using forever. If you follow this channel, you'll know I recently did switch these flex polishers, but everything else in this video has been around for years and years. I've been using the same stuff. Obviously, I've gotten new versions of it as things have deteriorated, but it's all been essentially the same, and I really do love the process that I have, and I will continue to use this unless something dramatically changes in the industry, but until then, I'll be sitting here waiting. All of the products I'm using in this video are going to be listed in the description below across 3 different sites. Each one of these sites has its own unique coupon code that you guys can use at checkout to save a few dollars and keep having fun detailing. The first one, TOC Supplies, located in Toronto. The second, Carzilla, located in Calgary. And for the 50 states, we have Car Supplies Warehouse. Each one of these companies is detailer owned, which I think is great. They've all been supporting the channel for a number of years. So yes, these coupon codes do save you a bit of money, but they also give a kickback to the channel so that these videos can keep being made and the world can keep spinning. They also have everything else you need for the garage. It's not just the things I'm sharing. Take a look, take a click around, find whatever you need, get inspired, and support good people. First tool, the first piece of equipment that we are going to go over here is the paint correction light. Arguably probably the most necessary piece in this whole video. Without light, you can't see defects, and without being able to see defects, you can't really properly, effectively remove them from paint. So this thing right here, we need it. And this one's really cool. It's actually branded and produced by or for Car Supplies Warehouse. I don't know the entire backstory here, but I'm assuming Jason Otterness was in his shop and kind of saw an open market for a light that was kind of middle of the road price point with professional results. There's a ton of random lights on Amazon that people love to use, and then there's some super expensive ones from some very notable brands that I think most people ideally would like, but they are quite expensive, and to get there it's a lot. So this thing hitting in the middle price point while being extremely high quality is perfect. It's color adjustable and brightness adjustable. So the color goes all the way down to 2700 Kelvin, which is like a very warm white, and then all the way up to 7000 Kelvin, which is a very cool white. And this isn't something that I entirely thought was necessary until I started using it. There's some panels, you'll hit it with that 7000 and you think it's pretty good, it doesn't really need much work. And then you turn it down to 4000 and that light seems to just get into those defects more, and it really illuminates everything, and you can really do the proper polishing or paint correction job once you can see everything. So it's now, in my opinion, very necessary, but previously I didn't really see how it was that important. On top of that, brightness is adjustable, so you can turn it all the way down and then all the way up. It's almost blinding when it's all the way up, and it's very, very dim when it's all the way down. So you really do have that full spectrum of brightness to adjust it to your liking, your shop needs, whatever it may be. And then on top of that, the stand is adjustable. It goes all the way down to 25 inches and all the way up to 60. So from rocker panels to kind of pillars, you can't really get the roof of most vehicles. That's a little too high, but you can elevate it onto something and do that. But pillars, you're all good. This thing kind of covers everything, and it does it really well. I've had it for, I believe, 3 years now. No LEDs have burnt out, no nothing. It's been solid, works every time, and it's all controlled via remote, so you don't even have to go over to the light and adjust it. You can pull that remote out of your pocket and click those buttons, adjust it how you need be for your job. The next item is the tape that I'm using, and it's the 3M Delicate painter's tape. It's always blue. I always get the delicate version. I just like it because it's a little less tacky. So for older trims and those rubberized kind of window trims, it doesn't leave any adhesive behind, so you're not left having to clean it up. It just makes life a bit easier, and it's readily available at pretty much every home goods store. Home Depot, Lowe's, Rona, wherever, whenever, they always have it in a bunch of different sizes as well. So depending on the vehicle trim you're working on, you can have different sizes lined up to make your life just a little bit easier. This next piece is actually something that's fairly new to me. It's the Viper Industrial tool cart, utility cart, detailing cart, build-a-car cart, weld cart, whatever you want it to be. This thing is gonna do it, and it's gonna do it the best. The official name is the X32 tool cart, and it's so much more than a cart. It's basically a portable workstation. Bring it anywhere you go. It can do anything you need. It has a ton of modifiable options, so you can add accessories to it to pretty much hold an entire shop worth of tools or supplies, depending on what you're doing. Detailing, mechanic work, studio work, whatever it is, this thing has a place in your workflow. And if you're gonna have a cart, you might as well have the chair too. It's really hard to put just how good these Viper chairs are into words. The ergonomics, they allow you to work for so much longer, be so much more comfortable. The build quality, the materials, the look, and then overall the fact that this is a family owned and operated company making products in the United States of America. It doesn't really get any better than that. If you guys can, I would highly advise you to try one, get one into your garage as soon as possible. Back in the winter, I made the switch from corded Rupes polishers to cordless flex polishers, and I'll have that video linked in the description below. It'll basically just be a full analysis on this little section here. I made that video about 3 to 4 months after I made the change, and I did so that I'd have adequate time to form an opinion, to form an analysis on the subject, and to today's date, my opinion is the exact same. The cordless polishers are superior, but that superiority does come in the context of flexibility, convenience, and just overall workflow. Having a cord in the wall giving you a direct power band 100% of the time, every pass start to finish and every pass after that is very nice. But the convenience that the cordlessness offers is better, and it just makes life a little bit easier. As well as with the way the industry is trending and technology is going, these batteries are getting better and better, and I think before we know it, the battery power band is going to feel the exact same as a cord, and that is a day that I'm very much looking forward to. The two flex polishers that I'm using are the PXE 80 and the XFE 150. The PXE is the smaller of the two. It comes with a 1-inch backing plate, 3-inch backing plate, the ability to use 3mm throw, 12mm throw, and a rotary option, all being able to switch these out in a matter of seconds. It's super convenient. There's also additional products you can buy for it, like a micro polishing adapter, which is going to offer you these tiny little pads, kind of like metal polishing pads that allow you to get into tiny areas like emblems, grills, and other minuscule spaces that would really only be accessible via finger polishing. So it makes your life a lot easier, and it's very, very cool. The other polisher is the XFE 150. This is a 5-inch backing plate, which is my preference, and this is kind of the go-to polisher on every panel that isn't a small area. I wasn't going to mention liquids, but real quick, the compounded polish that I'm using are Coach Chemie H902 Heavy Cut and M302 Micro Cut. One compound, one polish. I don't believe in having multiples of either or one single step. Adjust your techniques and your processes to work with one solid setup, and you'll be able to use it across the board. A micro cut on a heavy cutting pad will cut, and a heavy compound on a polishing pad will polish. Within those parameters, you can pretty much get any job done, and it allows you to get comfortable with the same products and know how they're going to react in specific scenarios, giving you the ultimate power, which is most likely knowledge. Also, a quick tip with these, I like to get them in the smaller bottles because it results in me adding less product to each pad, because you really don't need much product at all. Less is more, and this just allows me to maintain that ethos. I don't like pad washers, and I don't like blowing out my pads. My process is a stiff bristle brush. I couldn't even tell you which one this is. I've had it for so long. But after each pass, brush out the pad lightly, apply new compound and polish, and move on. After each panel, I take the pad off, and it's done for the job. After the job, I'll apply a solution like rags to riches, pressure wash the pads out, rinse them one final time, and let them dry. Once they're dry, they're ready for the next job. I'd rather use more pads with less aggressive methods of getting the compound out rather than blowing them out and using them for an entire job. This is just what I've come to like. I don't have a huge reason why. I originally thought it dusted less in the shop, but at this point with the pad washers, I know they're quite functional. I just don't really like them. This is the way I do it. The next topic of interest are pads. You'll probably notice I'm using this weird black foam cutting pad in this video, which is different from usual. Typically, I'm on the blue Rupes coarse wool cutting pads. I've been using them for a number of years, probably up to 4 now, and it's been my cutting pad exclusively. Loved them, thought they were great. About 6 months to a year ago, they changed the formula, changed up the product, and in typical Rupes fashion, in my opinion, they made it quite a bit worse because I really did not or do not like it anymore. The fibers on it fall out way quicker. After 1 to 2 cards, you're already starting to lose fibers and really mat it down. Someone would say I'm not cleaning it properly. That might be true, but it didn't happen before. And then around the edge, it would get really matted and you have this kind of hard burnt edge from the backing on the actual pad. Didn't like it. Didn't buy another one after that. I know they stayed the same because I've seen them in store. So right now I'm trying to figure out something else. In terms of polishing pads, it's still the yellow Rupes foam polishing pad. I love it. These ones look dirty. They might be stained, but they're perfect and they function properly. I'll probably continue to use these pads. I think they finish down really well and they do still have minor cutting ability. So if you need to clean something up real quick, this is a very, very good option for that. So it's not all Rupes hate, but just a couple things. As it stands right now, currently looking for a new favorite cutting pad. I do like these foam ones. These are currently the Coach Chemie black foam cutting pad, but I do think I lean a little bit more wool / microfiber, so I'm looking to find the one for me. I don't follow the product side of the industry super closely, so I think this is a cool opportunity to ask you guys, what is your favorite cutting pad? Not ones you think are good or great, not a list. I need the one that is at the tippy top of the pyramid, your all-time favorite, the one that you keep going back to every single time. Ideally, microfiber or wool. Write it in the comments. I'll make a list of a bunch of them, buy them, test them out, and hopefully we can come up with a new favorite, a new go-to so there isn't a bunch floating around in my head. I'd really just like one. The final piece of equipment or heavy machinery that I need to talk about are the towels that I'm using. These are the Rag Company Edgeless 365, and in my opinion, this is the perfect microfiber towel. The name says it all. It's an edgeless microfiber towel, perfect weave, perfect nap, 16 by 16 inches. It comes in a bunch of different colors, so you can color categorize what part of the vehicle you're going to be using it on. And this is basically the only actual microfiber towel that I use in my entire detailing process across the interior, exterior, paint, whatever it may be. I use a different color for the interior and a different color for the exterior. Beyond that, the only other towels I use are the Pearl Weave Rip-N Rags for coating removal and the Twist Loop drying towel for drying. That's it. Both of those are from the Rag Company as well, but I like to keep a very simple towel process just to make sure I always have new ones in stock and clean ones clean. There isn't a bunch of different towels and a bunch of different colors kind of convoluting my area and confusing things. This keeps it very simple, and this towel really does allow you to do everything on both the inside and the exterior of a vehicle perfectly. Watching this video back, it almost feels a little bit too simple now, but that was exactly the point, to show how few tools it really takes to create really good results on these cars. A little bit of technique, a little bit of time, and you guys can make this stuff happen. Now, I'd really like to continue pushing the narrative under consumption and detailing. I think it's really important now with most of the content in the industry surrounding products and tools. A lot of it is trying to push sales, and that's all good and well. It's also fun, but for me, I really am just trying to document things in the garage and to get people excited about detailing, working on their cars so they can go out there and have fun themselves, whether they have all the tools in the world or minuscule things just to get the job done. I don't think it really matters to me. The same amount of fun you can have across the board. Don't let these fancy things fool you or kind of manipulate your brain into thinking that's the only way. Less is often more, but less is always enough. And like I stated at the start of this video, all the products in it are going to be linked in the description with coupon codes for you guys to apply at checkout to save a little bit of money, support this channel, and support those companies that are shipping you the products ASAP. I appreciate it. They appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.